Hello, GoPro peoples. I am assuming that this is the end of the Hogs Hollow Trail at Dinosaur National Monument because I can't find a path from here on out. So we're going to film video on the way back. We did burst on the way in. So let's see what we get. I'm not going to speak much because I want you to be able to hear the sounds of nature, like the bugs and the squirrels and things like that. So here's heading back down the Hogs Hollow Trail on Dinosaur National Monument on the Josie Barrett, I forget the last name, trail. This is Hogs Hollow where she kept her hogs. Oh, Josie Bassett, not Barrett, it's Bassett. She's one of the 3 Bassett sisters who hung out with the outlaws in the Outlaw Trail. I don't know if you can see the water, but there's a spring that comes out of the hill there. And it joins with another spring to start a little creek. Water's really important in the West. It's been said that justifiable homicide in the old days of the West was a man with an empty bucket heading towards a creek. Try and give you an idea of some of the huge rock walls in this canyon. And hey, here's that creek that we were just talking about. Looks like there's been some weather damage. There's a couple trails in Dinosaur that are closed right now due to weather damage. Did y'all see the squirrel? That is not petroglyph. That is graffiti. orchid on the abyss. This canyon began ages ago before the soft tread of man was on the land. A small spring carried water through Weber sandstone, cutting, eroding, and depositing, making this environment. The Fremont people used this place. Josie Morris kept her hogs. Josie Bassett Morris. Okay, I couldn't remember the last name before. The Fremont people used this place. Josie Morris kept her hogs here and fought for the right to this water. In 1989, a rare orchid was discovered here, a relic from earlier ages. A year later, federal and something experts, ranchers, scientists, and others came together to study and save it, came to this place to understand the geology, soils, hydrology, and vegetation, to save one small plant. Why? Because once a species becomes extinct, it is gone forever. Perhaps in this plant is a cure for some rare disease, because to save this plant is to keep a wonder in a small child's face, to start a tear in a grandparent's eye. In this small piece of the universe is a beauty that represents diversity and stability. To find out more, write the Resource Management Specialist at Dinosaur National Monument, Box 210, Dinosaur, Colorado, 81610. It shows a picture of the orchid in bloom, and death strikes every day, yet we live as though we were immortal, the Mahabharata. And obviously the orchid is no longer here, and this is a very dry area now. But we're almost done with the hike. There's a really cool cottonwood tree that I passed on the way in. We are out of the canyon per se, so it's starting to get drier. But there's still trees and shade, which is nice. So this is the tree I was talking about. I think it's a cottonwood. I don't know. Somebody who knows more about plants is welcome to correct me. But I just think it's a cool old tree. Okay, this seems like a good spot to do a panoramic. In a normal year, when the trees are cleared and not falling, we would go this way and past Josie's animal pens. However, due to hazardous trees, according to that sign, we will not be going that way. We will be taking the detour by a very swampy pond, which looks pretty disgusting. But hey, there are animals that like this and live there. And plants are good for creating oxygen and taking carbon dioxide out of the air. Here is Josie Morris's cabin. And we can see her chicken coop, even if we can't go on the trail. Bird. So there's the chicken coop. And we'll finalize with a walk through the cabin. It's kind of nice being on the trail with nobody else, but there are people here at the cabin. Hi. So Josie Bassett Morris homesteaded here. She lived nearly 50 years here. She was divorced by the age of 40. She died in 1964 at the age of 90, so she lived here for 50 years. And it's been restored lately. So, new window panes. They tried to be as historic as possible. And I'm hoping that we make the connection, the low light switch well. Josie used to use wallpaper and newspaper. And in the restoration process, they tore down her wallpaper and newspaper to restore the cabin to the wood. But there was also a lot of graffiti that had been done. It does look like there's still a little bit of the original wallpaper still in this room. Hey, look, there's her closet. If any of you have been up to This Is the Place, historic monument, historic park, you'll see this is a huge cabin compared to the cabins that they have up there. Most cabins up at This Is the Place are one room. This one's 4. But it does look like it was done in phases. So it was probably this main room here, and then the 2 rooms added on, with the other room added later. And there's a nice lean-to porch on the outside too. Well, this concludes the Hogs Canyon walk. And if you walk at the same pace that I do, and you were walking along with us, congratulations, you've just covered half a mile. We're now in the parking lot, and we'll go ahead and stop this. If you'd like to see more of these, suggest a hike in the comments, and I'll film it for you.